So confession time, show of hands, who's running a cheap compressor? Let me know in the comments why. Happy Sunday. If you're thinking about lifting your van, this paints a picture right here. Lifted versus stock height. I have a cheap $30, $60, and I run a Harbor Freight 3-gallon air compressor. My girlfriend asked me on our last camping trip, why don't you just invest in a really good air compressor? And I told her, it's the principle of it. Let me explain. See these light brackets? These are universal light brackets. So with our vans, there's one company that produces direct fit light brackets for the A-pillar, $130. So I saw that, I was contemplating buying it, and then I looked up what A-pillar light brackets cost on more popular off-road vehicles like Tacomas, 4Runners, Wranglers, $20 to $30. So when I saw that, I said, yeah, no, I'm not gonna spend $130 on light brackets if they're only $30 on other vehicles. So I actually found these universal brackets for $12 and like 14 cents, and yeah, they've been working great. They work just fine. It's just lights on my hood. That's all I wanted. So what does that have to do with air compressors? So on these vans, if you're running load range E's, 60 psi in the front, 80 psi in the back. That's the recommended air pressure. You know how long it takes to air these up with a cheapy compressor? Like 30 minutes a tire. That's why I have two of them. I figure I'll just run two at a time at the front and run one in the back. So it takes me about 30 minutes if I run two compressors up front, and the Harbor Freight one in the back takes about 30 to 45 minutes. So it takes about 45 minutes with three cheap air compressors to fill up the tires of my van. So why don't I just invest in a really good one? This is what I told Brooke. I told her it's the principle of it, because with a really cheap air compressor, you could fill up a normal vehicle like that thing right there. You could fill it up like 5 minutes a tire. So 20 minutes with one cheap air compressor. Let me show you guys one of my cheap air compressors. Is this considered a sick add-on? And then I'm running the smaller ones up front. I was aired down to 25 psi. I'm going for 80. That's just plasti dip peeling, not my tire. So going down from 20 psi to 60 psi front and 20 psi to 80 psi back, it's gonna take 30 to 45 minutes for a cheap air compressor to refill these vans. Normal vehicle, like 5 minutes a tire. So a cheap compressor will work on a normal vehicle, not these vans. So confession time, show of hands, who's running a cheap compressor? Let me know in the comments why. I already confessed to why. It's just not fair, but you know what? I'm gonna need a better compressor eventually. I'm thinking about getting this one right here. These go for about $200 full price. Right now they're on sale for $135. So reading the reviews, one of the guys with the Jeep in the reviews says he has 315 tires. I have 285s, but on 315 tires from 10 to 35 psi, he claims it takes a minute 30 seconds. So a minute 30 seconds for 15 psi, I figure it should take about 5 minutes a tire to refill this van with one compressor. I don't need to bring 3 compressors with me. So 20 minutes is not bad. 5 minutes a tire, that's not bad. So I might have to look into getting that nice compressor, something better than what I already have. The Harbor Freight 3-gallon air compressor is nice, but I had to hang it off the back of my van. You know, that's really ugly doing that. A lot of times I actually start talking about a topic because of you guys. I was chatting with Javi Wasabi about tire pressures. He asked me, how much should I air down to? And I said 20 psi. He's like, really? I said, yeah. I said, okay, let me start talking about this topic now. So yeah, I've been wanting to talk about it for a while, but you know, since I was asked about tire pressure, I decided to make the video today.